Once there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this special episode of Kevin at 7. It is Momentum Monday. It is an awesome, amazing week. And even if it's not, you choose to make it an awesome, amazing week. That's how it goes. And so today we're going to talk about acing tests. When I was growing up, I wanted to make 100 on every single test. Every single assignment. If I didn't make 100, I was heartbroken. And I'm not kidding. My parents were both school teachers. That was what I was brought up. And you always did your best. And if you didn't make 100, you didn't do good. So good morning, everybody. As you come on, tell us where you are, like Gabriel from Bethesda, Maryland. Hey, Simon from Denver, Colorado. Jake from Cleveland, Ohio on YouTube. Welcome. Harpreet, good morning. As you come on, post what city and state or province or country that you're joining us from. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're watching me on YouTube or like my page. Good morning, Diane from Chicago. Elizabeth from Santa Rosa, California. Hey, Bonnie, welcome back from Port Charlotte, Florida. Benito from Santa Ana. Elizabeth from Santa Rosa. I think I said to her already. So thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning, Christina from Palos Verdes Estates, California. Love it. Paul from Chicago. Good morning, Tom. Tommy Lawhorn from Cumming, Georgia. Good to see you guys this morning. So my parents, these I don't know what type of glasses these are. They're computer glasses. So these are gamma ray optics. Gamma ray optics. These are the glasses. They block the blue light, and these actually are readers as well. So they magnify just a little bit because I need a little bit of help nowadays. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Tamika from Akron, Ohio. Patrick from Lake Orion, Michigan. All right. Tanika from Columbia, Maryland. Good morning. Tim Spears from Somerset, Kentucky. Good to see you. Melissa from Queens, New York. Jim from Houston. Awesome. Good to see you guys. So my parents were both school teachers. This is the deal. And so today what we're talking about is why you need to push yourself harder. Push yourself harder. I'm going to tell you, the reason that you get stressed out, the reason that you struggle, like get overwhelmed, is because your life's too easy. I'm not kidding. Your life is too easy. That's just the truth. So my parents were both school teachers. And so it was kind of one of those, just a value in our home that education was very important. Going to school was very important. And I found early on that when I made 100 on a test, I got acknowledged for that. I got recognition for that. And recognition kind of inspires me. And so I just wanted to get 100 because I was a pleaser. And I wanted to get acknowledgement, right? So I did it by getting good grades. And so I had good grades my whole life, all the way through school. I can count on one hand the times before in elementary, junior high, and high school. I can count on one hand the times that I did not make an A in any 6 weeks. Okay. I was straight A. I was the perfect straight A student. And when I didn't get an A, it was devastating. When I didn't make 100 on a test, I was like, nah, drove me nuts. And then when I was a freshman in college, and all the way through college, I still made almost all A's. Even my master's degree out of 4. I mean, that was like the way it was. I just was going to make good grades. And then I had a teacher, Dr. Jerry Pfeiffer at Abilene Christian University, my junior year. And she said, you know what the problem is? She said, you should never make 100 on a test. If you have kids making 100 on a test, the test is too easy. Think about that. And I'm like, what? I argued with her because I'm like, no, you're supposed to make 100 on a test. She says, no, you're not. Where did you get that? I'm like, it's just the way it is. You're supposed to that means you did it perfectly. She said, is anybody perfect? No. Well, does anybody know everything? No. Does anybody know everything about a topic or a subject? No. Then if you make 100, the test did not measure how much you know. Because whatever it measured, you knew all of it. And so that means it doesn't know how much, it doesn't know the actual extent of how far you can go. How much you actually know was not measured because the questions were too easy. Every question you answered right. How do we know we're testing your actual limits for that we're measuring how smart you really are? Aha. And I realize as I think about it, that's totally true, right? You guys feel that's totally true? Let me see some thumbs up. That until you start making mistakes. See, when I made a mistake on a test, because somehow this is taught to us in school. Public schools teach us the worst possible thing that you could do is make a mistake. Because they grade you based on the number of mistakes you make, right? And every time you make a mistake, it is always, always, always a negative. It's always bad. Is there ever a time in school where you get a better grade for making more mistakes? And the answer is no. Making mistakes, we are programmed to not make mistakes. And now we have to overcome it. Hey, Bert, I'm looking forward to FX Extreme 2 next month, guys, FX Extreme Training Camp. I didn't see it this way until I became a naval instructor. Cool, Raw. We have been programmed that making a mistake is bad. And so when we start making mistakes, when we get into a space in our life where we don't have certainty, like when we're like, oh no, I don't know how to do this, or what if I fail, or what if I make a mistake? We freak out. We get anxiety. Instead of dropping into the zone and going like, okay, time to focus. Because I'm now testing the limits of my ability. We go like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And the reason is because we've been in programming growing up, we're taught, number one, mistakes are bad. And number two, we're taught to play it safe. If you were taught to always play it safe, can I see a mad or sad face right now on Facebook? On YouTube, just say that's me. If you were taught like me, just play it safe. They didn't tell you play it safe. It's just that was the way that you win. You just played it safe. You didn't want to put yourself out there, right? But the grade or test was measured by what you learned, right? Yeah, but it didn't. How do we know I learned anything? I knew all the answers. Did I learn them, or did I already know them? See, it doesn't tell you anything. And here's the other thing: until you are failing, till you're making mistakes, you're not stretching yourself. See, I could work. I knew I just had to learn just enough to make 100. Well, for me, that was piece of cake. I was just a piece of cake. Hey, Don from Farmers Branch. I think you were from North Richland Hills before. So here's my challenge for you this week. If you want to create momentum in your life, you got to push yourself harder. You got to push yourself to where you make mistakes. See, because we were programmed to avoid mistakes, we were programmed to play it safe, we were programmed that failing is bad. We therefore we go into life conservatively. We go into life and we don't want to go anywhere where we don't feel like we can ace the test. If we don't feel like we can ace the test of life that day, we avoid it. We don't go like, bring it on. Come on now, let's go. Come on. Okay. One of my good friends, Jose Contreras, yesterday ran a Spartan Beast in Big Bear. Okay. Massively challenging at altitude, up and down mountains, 30 plus obstacles. And at the end, he ended up having to go to the emergency room. He was having his blood pressure was way out of whack because you push yourself like crazy. Okay. Now I'm the one that got him doing Spartan races. I was not able to do it because of injuries, but I love that he pushes himself because that's when you grow. That's when you get better. So my challenge for you this week is push yourself harder. Push yourself harder. Put yourself into positions and situations where you don't know if you can make it or not. Not I'm not talking about life and death situations. I'm talking about where you don't know, I may mess up on this. I may fail on this. I may flop. I may be a total flop. Put yourself in those situations, because one of the things that we have done, and we're in a culture of doing this, is avoiding all things of struggle. If you don't achieve at a certain level, if something bad happens to you, then that makes you not worthy as a person. And that's what we're trying to protect our kids from, a struggle. We're trying to protect our kids from disappointment. Well, my friends, disappointment is a teacher. Failure is a teacher. Losing is a teacher. In our culture, we have made losing bad. We have made losing as something that damages self-image. Losing doesn't damage self-image. Bad mentorship can damage self-image. Bad parenting can damage self-image, but not losing, not competition, not pushing yourself. It doesn't hurt your self-image. Failure does not hurt your self-image. It is how you are taught to respond in the face of failure. That's what determines whether your self-image gets stronger or gets weaker. So while the world around us is trying to protect you and protect our kids from struggle, you need to push yourself. And if you have children, you need to push your children. Push them. Let them fail. And then when they fail, say, that's all right. You're still awesome. You got this. You'll do it next time. Now, what do we learn from this? See, that's the way you help people grow. That's the way you grow. That's the way you help your children grow. That's the way you help your grandchildren grow. Because when they fall down, what do we learn? We learn how to pick ourselves up. What happens when somebody attacks you, when somebody insults you, when somebody criticizes you? We learn that my value is not based on what other people say about me. That's what we learn. You see, you teach instead of saying, I can't believe that. I'm going to put my kid in a safe space so that they don't get criticism. We're going to outlaw criticism. We're going to outlaw that kind of crap. The kid learns nothing. And then when they get out in the real world, they're not protected. Push yourself harder. Let your kids be in those positions where they have to learn to deal with adversity. They have to learn to deal with injustice. They have to learn to deal with the unfair stuff and learn that that doesn't mess them up. It actually makes them stronger. Can I see some thumbs up? If you want to argue with me, argue. Come on, put it up there. Because if you argue with me, I'm going to win because I'm right. It's a law of nature. See, nature is not fair, but it is incredibly just. It is not merciful, but it is incredibly righteous. And that's life. And all the victimhood mentality and stuff out there, you push yourself through those situations where you're victimized. Everybody's been victimized in some way. Well, you don't understand. Of course I don't understand. I don't understand what you've been through, but I do understand how to win through adversity. You got it, my friends? That's how you win. Get stronger. Put yourself in positions of struggle and grow through it. Don't let it freak you out. Go like, okay, game on. You see, the best in the world, the greats, they excelled when the pressure was the highest, when the struggle was the greatest. That was when they excelled the most. And they didn't put their tail between their legs and claim it was unfair. One thing that Michael Jordan talks about when he was a rookie and he came in with such high expectations because he had just turned it on in college, and Phil Jackson would put him on a team and put him with the starters because he was a starter, and then they would get ahead and they would be playing to 10 by one shot to 10, and they would get ahead like 6-1, the starters, and then he would put Michael Jordan on the second string where his team is down 6-1. And now what are you going to do? Michael Jordan said, I love that because I learned no matter how unfair life was, no matter how I learned how to win. Okay. Push yourself harder. Stop letting yourself off when you're tired. I just don't feel like it. Well, stop listening to your feelings. Your feelings don't help you win. Okay, that is not going to help you win. Listen to your commitment. Listen to your dreams. Listen to your goals. Let them drive you. Let them determine your actions, not how you feel at the moment. All right, guys, that's it. Play to win. Have an awesome day. And always expect yes. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a special episode of Kevin at 7. It'll be Tactical Tuesday. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the hearts. See you guys tomorrow.